Hi there, and welcome to Q&A Wednesday, where I answer your questions about health and fitness. And I came up with a really good one today. We're going to talk a little bit about why cardio alone doesn't build your overall metabolism, but strength training does. So hopefully you've had an incredible week. It is really warm and hot out, and best wishes go to those in the middle and eastern part of Washington State. They're dealing with forest fires right now. It's just that time of year, and it really sucks. So anyhow, okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about, because cardio is important. Cardio is good for your heart health, and most people talk about how it's good for fat burn, which it is to an extent, but not the same as building muscle. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and what the differences are, and it's a little more complicated than we're going to talk about today. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible just because I don't do complicated, but there's a little more to it. It really comes down to your hormones as well, and the types of hormones that are produced when you lift weights and build muscle versus when you do cardio. Now, I'm a firm believer of cardio. I like cardio to an extent. I have a love-hate relationship with cardio. I do cardio when I need to drop a little bit faster when I'm preparing for a show, but I like to use cardio as a tool. To me, the best option for cardio is as little as possible that gives me the results that I'm looking for. Because there's no benefit to doing 90 minutes of cardio a day because your body gets really used to it really, really quickly. Your body is very efficient, and pretty quickly your body doesn't have to work as hard to do it. That's the way that marathon runners are able to run 26 point some miles, is because their body's gotten really good at it, really efficient, and it uses as little energy as possible, which is exactly opposite of what we're going for. We're trying to burn calories when we're doing cardio. I also like to do a little bit of cardio for my head. It just kind of helps me stay clear. It helps me to think a little bit better. And sometimes when I do cardio, I think of answers to problems I would have never have thought, just being present to the moment. So it's kind of nice to have that option with that. So let's talk a little bit about what cardio does to metabolism. Now, of course, everybody knows that you burn more calories while you do you burn more calories when you do cardio. I obviously need a nap today. But it's only during the time that you're doing the cardio, and maybe for a few minutes after. Of course, when your heart rate is up, you're obviously burning more calories, but that's about it. Now, the difference between that and strength training is the more muscle you have, the more overall calories you burn, even at rest, which is a big difference, because it's not the great part is doing something now that benefits you far long after you're finished. So I tell most of my clients that the benefit of cardio is the calorie burn. It is a little bit of a fat burn, but not the same way that people think. It just burns more calories, kind of like a fat burner. I don't even know why they call it a fat burner. It's a thermogenic. It does not necessarily target fat. It just burns more calories. So again, I don't know why they call it a fat burner. You cannot be guaranteed that you're burning fat. The difference between that and strength training, the benefit of muscle is, there's multiple benefits to that. Obviously, muscle has more metabolic potential. The best way that I heard it described was that for every pound of muscle, you burn extra, you have to eat an extra 50 calories a day just to maintain it. I've got a little bit better numbers for you on that in just a second here, but you do have to eat more to maintain that much muscle. That's why your nutrition is so important as well. You have to put the right ingredients in your body, not just to build the muscle, but also to maintain it. So for those that eat very little protein in any form, you're going to struggle a little bit to build and maintain that muscle. You also want to, of course, carbs play an important role in that. We're not going to discuss that today, but y'all know how I feel about making sure that you're getting all the nutrients. The benefit of the muscle is that it does change your hormones to help enhance fat burning. It also can impact the release of your hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, which is something that fat does not release. Actually, that's a story for another day, but there's definitely some downsides to the type of hormones that fat releases, because they are both hormone releasing options. So when you build muscle, it actually helps you grow more muscle, but also the fat burning properties as well. Other benefits that I do a lot of research. That's something that I really enjoy, whether it's something that I just want to learn or something that can help somebody at some point. I really enjoy the research. And one of the things I found when I researched the benefits of muscle was that it also helps decrease inflammation, and it has a positive anti-aging benefit. If you look at someone who does some strength training, they really take good care of themselves, they eat well, they don't always look their age, which, not gonna lie, that's one of the benefits that I have found from what I do, which is strength training. Rarely do people guess my age correctly, and that I have 5 kids and I'm going to be a grandma this year. It also can help induce bone growth. So, as we get older and our bones start to, there's no benefit, there's no reason for it to grow unless you're putting on more muscle mass, which kind of gives your bones the option to build more density to be able to maintain and hold that muscle on your frame. Here's how to affect your fat burning hormones, okay? Because obviously you want those hormones run your body, right? It runs every option. It's how your brain speaks to your body is by hormones. And so of course, depending on what you eat and depending on what you do, you can induce your body to store fat or burn fat. So if most of us want to burn fat, right? So we need to pay attention more to those type of options. So it's obviously the foods that you eat, the healthier options, the cleaner options. Again, something for another day, but definitely eating cleaner and healthier will help you to run the right hormones that will help you burn fat. Getting sleep, your body resets while you sleep. It hits that deep sleep. That's where your body releases growth hormone. It's where your body resets. It's able to, there's just a lot of benefits to that if we don't hit that point, it's really difficult for your body to be efficient, to do what it needs to do, to build muscle and release those hormones that are beneficial to fat burning and muscle growth. Also, building muscle in general, we just talked about that it gives you the hormones that you need in order to burn fat, but also the type of exercise that you do, the type of aerobic exercise can make a big difference as well. There's an after effect sometimes from high intensity training, and that's why HIIT, high intensity interval training, is so popular and so effective. You get a really great aerobic workout in a very short amount of time, plus there is a benefit of that high intensity gives kind of an after effect of burn and releases the right hormones to help you burn fat. So not a bad idea. So kind of my example of that would be if you've seen the difference between sprinters, somebody that sprints, how they look, the amount of muscle they have, and the fact that they tend to have less fat and more muscle than marathoners. And now, no offense to marathoners, that is a great goal. I'm impressed. I have good friends and clients that actually have run marathons, but you'll notice that they tend to not have as much muscle, and they do in general tend to have more fat than sprinters. So that high intensity, quick run of a sprint actually benefits them more because it doesn't burn off their muscle, and it also helps support what they're trying to do and trying to build. So here's the numbers that I promised you. So fat does actually burn calories. It does, just not as much as muscle. So the numbers are, the statistics are that for 1 pound of fat, your body burns 2 to 3 calories per day, okay, per pound of fat. For a pound of muscle, your body burns 7 to 10 calories per day. So that's anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 times more calories burnt from muscle than from fat. So of course, we all know, we've all heard, the whole 1 pound of fat and 1 pound of muscle, the difference in density is totally different, right? So the scale does not give you enough information. If you are just trying to lose weight and not focus on losing fat, that can be a problem, because not only are you going the wrong direction, but you're actually giving yourself a negative effect that your body doesn't have the muscle that, of course, muscle is a natural fat burner, right? Makes sense? Anyway, so that's quick and easy. That's why it's important to do strength training as well as cardio exercise. I get that a lot of women don't want to get big. It doesn't have to be crazy. And honestly, guys, women cannot bulk very easy. We have to eat way more food, and we just don't produce enough testosterone to get big and bulky. So again, lifting heavy is not necessarily an issue. Obviously work with your skill wherever you're at, but it's necessary to build a little bit of strength, especially when it comes to your core, because that is your balance. And as we get older, that's super important. And of course, strength is never there's never a downside to strength. So anyway, have an incredible afternoon, you guys. Hopefully that was a easy-ish answer to a good question that somebody has given to me. Now, I get all my best ideas from you guys, so please leave a message below. You can also message me directly, ask the questions that you have. Like I said, I really get my best ideas from you guys, so that always helps me out and knowing what to talk about. Have an incredible Wednesday, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.